We're back.
So how do you do that?
It should automatically. Did you plug it in? Yeah, it'll go. Just give it a second.
That's not what we're on. One second, please.
Okay, we're talking about marketing. When I get to come back up, we're talking about marketing, okay? And we're gonna be talking about free stuff, social media, totally free, and 4 different platforms that I think you should be on, especially if you're trying to buy houses right now. Sean asked me about getting a buyer's list. If you are active on these 4 social medias, you will have a buyer's list by the end of the week. It helps when you're building a buyer's list, though, if you have a property to sell them. They come from everywhere, all over the country, once you have a property. So I would say, instead of building your buyer's list, talk to your sellers, get a deal. Because you don't have a deal, you don't have anything to give them. You don't go see the doctor when you just feel good, do you? I mean, maybe feel extra good. But most of the time, you go when something's wrong. Buyers are looking for sellers. They don't just hang out with you because you're fun. Find them something to buy.
This is not turning on.
Why not? It's number 3.
So you just turn it up like this? Test.
Hey, come here. There should be a button at the bottom. Turn it. No, it's there.
Hello. Okay. Sorry for that. So we're going to talk about for the month of February. I tried to make it short for you guys today. But basically, we're going to compare February of this year to February of last year. And I accidentally, when I first ran the numbers, it auto-populated for 2021. And it told me the average sales price. I'm like, under 300? No way. That's not this month of February. And I quickly realized that was last year. So this is the Knoxville entire metro area of what they're saying, pulling the average sales price, $377,294 for the month of February. $84,000 more than it was last year. There are so many more people coming in from out of town at a higher price range that we're seeing the average sales price is coming up higher because there's so many more houses above the $500,000 mark that are selling compared to what it was last year. So our active listings, what we currently have on the market, 1,648. This is 7.4% less than what we had last year. And then when you look at what is actually sold, 2002, which is 1.6% more. So there's more houses selling than it was last year, but yet we still have less inventory. So that's kind of determined to tell you that it is a hot market, it's a seller's market. More houses are selling when they're on the market. Houses aren't sitting as long as they were last year. And if you look at the amount, days on market, how long they're sitting, that is 24 days on the market from when it gets listed to when it's under contract on average. But if you look in certain areas, it can be shorter than that. And that's 15 days faster than it was last year. So that is for the month of February. If you go to that QR code, you can go back and look at our overview of 2021, but also dive into each month and each area if you really want to get detailed about it. Wait, yep, so that's the link right there. If you want to take a picture of that, that's how you can go back and look at it.
We're learning how to use the QR code.
It's
We don't
okay.
know if we know how to use them or not
If you
yet.
can't get it, it's also on the board over there. Or
Yeah, and you're welcome to get
table.
up, and if you can take a picture of that better than the screen, they'll take you to the same place. You should be able to just put your camera on it and click it, and it'll take you to a link, magically. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't.
Okay. Also, some really important data that I found for you guys I thought would be relevant is how much real estate investors are actually in the Knoxville market. And this was provided by Hanson, who's our person for the Knoxville Board of Directors, who's an economic advisor. He's super smart with statistics and really good at what he does. But this is the report that they had where they identified how many of our market is actually investor shares and how many are actually cash buyers. So the orange are the percentage of houses that are selling cash, and then the blue is percentage of houses that are investors. And what he said is that the investor market share rose 9% to 11% from 2020 to 2021.
Good job, guys.
But well below the national average currently being reported. So not as many competitors. So I hope that makes you feel a little bit better. But we still are seeing a lot of people that are wanting to invest and also move here, as you can tell. What I also found interesting is while he said the vast majority of investors purchased in Knox County were independent developers, there were a few Silicon Valley-based companies that made multiple purchases in 2021. So there are some hedge funds and stuff that are out there purchasing, but what they're typically purchasing right now is large multifamily, like portfolios of, if there is a portfolio of single family that people are selling, or developers are just developing a multifamily project brand new and then turn around and selling it to like a hedge fund. So if we see that out-of-state hedge fund, larger investor, that's what they're going after. They're not going after those little Knox boxes, which are, if I had an article of the type of houses, I'd put that on there. They're not going after the Knox boxes because they can't make their numbers work knowing that one house. They're going after the big picture stuff.
Not to say you can't get in on the bigger deals too, because Brenda bought a portfolio of 7 houses last year, just because she knew the guy and he wanted to get rid of his portfolio and he wanted her to have it as a local instead of the hedge fund people to have it. So
Yes.
those deals are still available too. If you want a portfolio, you can still get portfolios.
There are.
You just gotta dig, you gotta work. It's
Yep.
a 4-letter word, sorry.
And if there is a portfolio being listed, typically it's not gonna be on the residential MLS. It's gonna be on the commercial side. So sometimes if you're only getting set up on the residential, you're gonna miss out on some things that may be in your wheelhouse, but it's only listed on the commercial side. So again, that's the link, but that's also my contact info. If you ever have any questions or wanna reach out to me, that's where you can find that. And then I have a special thing for you guys I wanna ask you. So I would love to ask you guys if you could help me vote for me for the top 30 under 30 for NAR. So statistically, I think there's 1,527,000 realtors. And this is the amount of agents that are actually under the age of 30 to 10% of that. And then this is in the running for obviously the top 30. So I've made it to the top 50 finalists, and they're actually opening it up for voting on Friday for a week. So I asked Whitney if we could try to figure out how to let you guys know and get that link. You can vote once a day, and I think the voting is for a week-long process. So that would be so cool if you could do that. There's nobody in the East Tennessee area that has that. There's been some people in Nashville that have gotten it, and on the current list, there's nobody in Tennessee that's on the list. So it would be awesome if you could help me vote.
It's not out until Friday,
Yep.
I'll email it out.
Yeah, we can't vote right now, but they let us know ahead of time. Is that why people move here?
Make more people move here?
I don't think so. No, but what it would do is just let people know that there are awesome agents in the East Tennessee area. Yeah.
Can you go back to page real fast?
Yeah.
Contact information.
Take a picture. Don't keep your phones out. It's a lot easier to just keep
I
your phones
took
out.
pictures, but it didn't work.
I'm totally okay, in case y'all missed the announcement earlier. I get panicky, people tell me to put my phone away. Just keep your phone out, it's fine, it doesn't bother me at all. Take pictures, send emails, text your husband, I don't care.
Cool.
Just don't text mine.
Well, that is all I have. That's all I have for you. I guess, is your husband gonna be speaking next?
Yeah, he's next. I have an announcement first though. In fact, while you got your phone out, check your email.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely, thank you.
I turned it off for Jason.
Okay, check your email, because I think I sent the email with all the links that I went over. while your eyes were crossed.
Yep.
You got him?
Yep.
Cool. Remember, I don't know these people from anybody. Okay? So do your own research from that. Jason, honey, you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. This is my honey bunny, Jason East, and he is, he's recently moved his, 401k over to Equity Trust? Is that right? Okay. So Equity Trust is one of the national REIA sponsors. That's what I was talking about. When you become a Knox REIA member, you get other benefits. And Equity Trust is doing a seminar on April 13th. Okay? And Jason's going to tell you all about it because I don't understand those words. I don't have any of those things, so he is handling that department for me.
Yeah, I'll get to that.
Okay. The session is on April 13th, and I'll send you a link to that when he's done. Your turn.
Yeah, give me that little talking thing.
Oh, Kendra.
It's right there.
Oh, okay. Did she leave it on? See if she left it on. There's a gray button. Right there. Don't let me spoil you. This is a link, but that's an ugly link. I don't expect anybody to be able to make it.
Is it on? Hell, man.
Yep,
Yeah.
you're on.
All right, cool. So some of you, most of you know me. Some of you may not. I'm Jason. I'm Whitney's husband. Unlike Whitney, who grew up in a investor family, you know, she saw her mom and